Hey, what is going on YouTube? Today I have an awesome video for you guys. I have the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EXs versus the Sony XM5s. So I've been waiting to do this video for quite some time. I've tested quite a lot of earbuds on my channel and just throughout life, and it's something that I really enjoy, true wireless earbuds. So far, the best earbuds that I have ever tried in terms of sound quality have been the Bang & Olufsen. Sony does a refresh like once every 2 to 3 years, so when these XM5s came out, just because I know Sony is just god tier with noise canceling, it really made me want to pick these up to see if they could dethrone my favorite earbuds, which are the Bang & Olufsen's. So I'm going to go over a few things. One, just the general aesthetics. Two, comfort with the buds and overall upgradability. I know that may sound weird with earbuds, but you'll get what I'm saying in just a little bit. Next is going to be ANC. Then I'm going to go over the app for each of these buds. And last but not least, the most important quality of earbuds, in my opinion, the sound. Before I get into this, if you guys could leave a like, sub, and comment, it goes a long way in supporting the channel, and I really like hearing from you guys, having a conversation down there. So if you've never seen one of my videos before, it's going to be more of a long form discussion type of versus video, as if I was talking to a friend, basically really going into depth about my personal opinion on both of these products and which one I think you should pick up given your circumstances, wants, needs, desires, all that good stuff. First, I'm going to go over the general aesthetic of both of these buds. So let me bring the Bang & Olufsen up. So you have a very beautiful aluminium case, LED indicator right there, wireless charging at the bottom, USB-C on the back. Now I take my buds primarily to the gym on runs, getting all sweaty spaghetti while I use my buds. So as you can see, the case has taken quite a beating over time. I don't really necessarily baby my cases or get cases for my cases like I've seen a lot of people with AirPods do. So when you open it up, you have a battery life indicator of the buds on the inside. And once you take them out, it's a simple drop, nice magnets. Oops. And decent shakeage there, nothing too crazy. So going over the buds themselves, here you have your touch capacitive little button thingamajiggy for pause, play, and all your other controls. As you can see, this is an AirPod-esque style stem type of configuration here. Now before I got these, I really didn't think that I was going to enjoy that, but over time, I don't know what it is, maybe just my ear personally, but the way that this sits in my ear and all of the weight is kind of displaced, like these things never move, never budge. Extreme comfort with these, at least for my ear personally. Okay, so let's bring this over to the Sonys. Now in terms of the caseage here, you could see that the Sonys in almost every way, shape, and form is kind of slimmer, smaller, more pocketable. This thing is kind of a chunky boy. If you got your skinny jeans on, people are gonna think you're excited to see them, if you know what I'm saying. These, or the Sonys, definitely a smaller case overall. Now, you do have wireless charging. The case here does give you more battery life. I think the buds on this are like 8 hours ANC, 24 with the case, and it's like 6 and 24 with the case with this, something like that. On the back, you have your USB-C, you have a pairing button, LED indicator on the front, and inside you have the buds. So this is going to be a personal preference. You have your AirPod style bud versus I guess like a more Galaxy Bud type of bud. Now, the only issue that I have that I'm going to pick the Bang & Olufsen for is the fact that all of the weight, even though these are 15% lighter than previous XM4s, it's all just right there on the bud. So if you don't have a perfectly tight seal with that earbud right there, that's like the only thing kind of keeping it in your ear. So if you're running and you do get sweaty spaghetti, then these will like kind of slip out of your ear over time. Whereas, let's see if I could demonstrate this. Well, you put this in your ear, because this like bulbous portion is going to be physically sitting inside your ear and some of the weight is distributed out, it actually stays in your ear a lot better. So something to think about if you do like to use your earbuds for exercising or any kind of strenuous activity where these might fall out. So what I mean by upgradability with these earbuds, if you could see that like little mesh right there, this is the Sony by the way, it stays with the earbud. So when you have the earbud itself, there's actually no protection from your ear gunk getting in there when you're all sweaty spaghetti or you just forget to clean your ears, something like that. So if you're trying to get aftermarket earbud tips, silicone or what have you, because all of the Sony tips are these weird kind of like foam slash silicone mixture, you're going to have to make sure that it actually comes with the screen installed, or else you could end up ruining your ear tips. Whereas on the Bang & Olufsen, the screen is actually built into the earbud itself. So if you want to have a tip like this, then you're not going to have any issue with that kind of upgrade or ear tip modding. So as far as the overall styling, caseage, fittage, all that good stuff, I'm gonna have to give it to the Bang & Olufsen. I think these are definitely great for most people, and I think they are pretty good for me as well. The only issue I have is that foam tip that honestly after you work out for a while they end up falling apart. So if you want to upgrade your tip or something like that, you really need to look out for that screen mesh. Next, let's get into the apps and features. Alright, so right out of the gate, I'm gonna have to give this to the Sony. No questions asked. Everything in the app works really well, really smooth. You have all kinds of speak to chat, noise cancellation features. You have a pretty solid EQ to mess around with. Different EQ settings, you can customize it. Everything that you know and love from Sony is here. And most of all, what I think is important is the fact that this app, Focus, actually works every time I take my buds out. It is very consistent and everything on it is very nice. You could also go in here, you could customize the different taps and what they do on your buds. You have ambient sound modes, double tapping, pretty much anything you could possibly think of. Sony's are absolutely jam-packed with features. Now bringing this over to the Bang & Olufsen. So right here, the buds are out. As you can see, it says not reachable. They're connected. Click that little arrow down there. Okay, that comes up for some reason. No thanks. Yes, that is my product. Take me to the options. Okay. Okay, that's just changing the songs and stuff. As you can see with this frustrating just 2 seconds of being in the app, actually getting to the settings and making it work, There we go. Okay, so here is the actual application. You have very kind of just limited customability of it. Noise cancellation, transparency, neutral, all that's controllable on the buds, just like the other ones. The level of your noise cancellation, you get 1 through 3, and it's not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Adaptive ANC doesn't really work or do anything. Neither does reduce wind noise. Sound modes. So the actual EQ you get on this is like this weird little circle thing that you can drag to different varying sounds that you like. Now, I don't really like this. I like just the normal curve that you could make. However, I will say that this is very responsive, and I found that this EQ really does have a good effect on the noise or the song that you're listening to. That is pretty much all you get. So I found the application for this to be very finicky. It works sometimes, and sometimes it's very hard to get into. There's not really much customization or nearly as many features as the Sonys. So I'm going to have to hands down give that to the Sonys. Now, another huge selling point for true wireless earbuds these days is the active noise cancellation. And these, when you put them in your ears, I know a lot of people have had varying opinions on the ANC for these buds, but for me personally, I get a good seal. I can't hear anything. They're absolutely amazing, best ANC buds I've ever heard. These, on the other hand, when ANC is on, sometimes I literally can't tell if I'm in ANC mode or transparency mode or in like nothing mode. Like, it is honestly quite horrible for these, especially for the price. Price, by the way, $399, $299. So these are $100 more, and the ANC is I'll give this like a C tier, and this is absolute S tier. It's not even close. Alright, so the last and, in my opinion, most important thing about earbuds or any kind of audio device, be it speakers, headphones, Bluetooth thingamajig, is the actual sound quality that you're getting from these. Now, I don't mean to over exaggerate when I say this, but the Bang & Olufsen's, I think, absolutely blow these out of the water. And it's really not even by a close margin. The bass on these are just like impeccable. Like the sound separation with the amount of sub that you get, great for hip hop, great for literally anything, EDM, rock. Now, that's not to say that these necessarily have bad sound quality. I think they're going to be perfectly fine for 99% of people. But if you have these, or even if you have the opportunity to test them, only then will you see just how far below in leagues of sound quality that the Sonys are to the Bang & Olufsen's. So, if that is important to you, like it is to me, then the Bang & Olufsen's are just hands down the way to go. If you have never heard these and you don't ever plan on picking these up, I think these will be perfectly fine for you. I find the bass to be present, but it's just not as like, I really don't know how to phrase this. It's like, do you want SpaghettiOs, or do you want like an actual Italian restaurant type of meal with a nice red wine and a vinaigrette of sorts, whatever Italian restaurants have? But yeah, this is Chef Boyardee, and this is a big boy stuff, at least in my personal opinion. Now, when you do have ANC on though, and you're listening to stuff, things do sound really good. And like I said, I'm not knocking these. These are like a B plus tier in terms of sound, and these are an S tier in terms of sound. I've never heard any other buds quite come close to this. And that is why I choose the Bang & Olufsen's over the Sonys. The Sonys are better in almost every other regard except for that ear tip thing and the actual fit inside your ear. They're not bad as far as the fit goes, but these are just so much more comfortable, at least to my ear. The problem is just how much better these sound. If the EXs Part 2s come out with this level of active noise cancellation, I think that they will be probably the best earbuds for the next decade or something like that. I mean, the sound quality of these is impeccable. ANC on these is impeccable, but how good these are at ANC is how good these are at sound. Sony also has a much better app experience with way more features. They're just sadly features that I don't really use, like talking to someone with the buds in your ears, then they go transparent, and then you could have a conversation, and then 5 seconds later the sound comes back on. Little things like that. Like I just take my earbud out and the music stops playing, and I talk to someone like that. That's just my personal preference. But, if you're on an airplane, the ANC on these is going to be absolutely incredible. You could have your music on like 70% and just really enjoy it. These, you're really going to have to crank them up to get over the airplane engine noise because the ANC is hot garbage. But that's kind of like the tit for tat that you're dealing with here. If you really have a priority of sound quality, these are to go. If you have a priority over ANC and features, these are the ones that you want to get. Personally, for me, I'm sticking with these. So that's really all that I have for you guys. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. Other than that, have a great day. Catch you later.